Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome you for a new episode of Education Exchange. And tonight I have a very, very, very special guest. And I don't know how to introduce John Bacon to you. Most of you know already John Bacon as a principal of City High School, the school that leads. And I would like to, as a matter of fact, to feel that you are home, because this is one of the brainchilds or brainchildren of your staff. John Karhoff started this program nearly 20 years ago, and so it's a City High baby. So you are home.
Well, that is fantastic.
John Bacon, I consider you a leader in the community more than a leader in education, but this forum is for you to tell us what's new that's happening at City High School.
Well, very good, sir. And Hani, thank you so much for having me on. And I have so much respect for this show, for you, and for the wonderful people like Mr. Karhoff and Mr. Peterson who helped put this show on. I think it's a great gift to our community that we have an opportunity to tune in each week and learn about what's happening in the schools. And I think it's a very important show, and I appreciate you having me on today.
Thank you.
So in terms of what's new at City High, that is a wonderful question, and there's many great things happening. We're enjoying an outstanding year at City High this year. Very proud of our wonderful students and our dedicated faculty and the supportive parents. Just a real joy for me to get to come to work every day in such a vibrant, special place, and very proud of the school year that we're having and many wonderful things that are being accomplished. At City High, just to sort of frame this as we begin our conversation, I always like to emphasize 5 things. You said our motto, the school that leads, and that is our proud motto and something we really strive to live up to at City High. And I think it's important to me to share with our viewers a little bit about what that means to me when we say the school that leads. I do not ever want that to come off as arrogant or boastful, as if we're saying we're the best at everything, we win everything. Because of course that's really not the spirit of our motto, and not what we're trying to say. Leadership, I believe, runs much deeper than that. We try to instill in our students the notion that being a leader means you have the courage to stand up and do the right thing, even when that can be hard to do. Being a leader means that you get involved and you help your community and you help make things better. You bring improvement. You set a positive example for others to follow.
Model for them.
All of this is leadership. And so when we say we're the school that leads, we mean that we are challenging and trying to help our students develop into the leaders of tomorrow, as we really believe that that's what they're growing up to be, and that's what it means to us to be the school that leads. We emphasize 5 things to our students over and over and over again. And it's what we want our school to be all about. And that's number 1, academic excellence, delivering an outstanding education to students. Number 2, our co-curricular activities that we expect to operate at the highest level in the state of Iowa. Number 3, all students feeling connected to our school so that they know they're important at City High and not slipping through the cracks, but that they are connected to their high school and find their niche. And a learning environment, number 4, built on respect and kindness for each other. And finally, strong school spirit. So that's what we're all about, and I thought today we could take a little time and just talk about some examples in each of those 5 areas.
Can we simplify what do we mean by the word curriculum, really, for people who are not part of the education system and they don't use our jargon?
You bet.
What's a curriculum?
Certainly our curriculum refers to the standards that we teach, and these standards are set forth. The state of Iowa embraces the Iowa core curriculum, and that in each of the different subject areas, such as language arts, math, science, social studies, there are content area standards that we teach, and our curriculum basically is what we teach. And then also curricular materials would refer to the materials that we use to teach those standards. And when we say co-curricular activities, these would be the activities that are so much a part of high school that helps to enrich the experience. Activities like music and speech and debate or athletics, some of the co-curricular activities that come alongside of the educational program to enhance the experience and give kids something positive to be a part of.
And when we look at the achievements of City High in all these 5 areas, which one, I know this is difficult for you to say, but which one do you think that City High during the last year, since we met last in this program, had achieved more than your expectations?
Well,
Let's put it
there
this
are
way.
many areas where we're very proud, and if we start with academics,
Yes.
which we always know is at the forefront of what we do. We have several achievements that I would really like to highlight that I believe indicate that we're on the right path and achieving at a high level our students at City High School. Starting with our average ACT score. In the Iowa City Community School District, we are very proud that as a school district, we by far have the highest average ACT score of any school district in the state of Iowa. That's a great credit to students at West High School and at City High School and Tate High School, who together average the highest in the state. Our score at City High, our average score is 24.6, average composite ACT score. The average in the state of Iowa is 22.1. And that, by the way, is the second highest average score of any state in the country. And our average is significantly higher than that at 24.6, and that's something we're proud of. This year, City High produced the third highest number of national merit finalists of any high school in the state of Iowa, and that's something we're proud of. In our senior class this year, we have young men and women going forth after graduation into all sorts of positive activities. We've got students going to great colleges and universities and employment opportunities, community colleges, career paths, the military. They're all very, we work very hard with our students to help make sure that they're going into a positive future. But certainly a couple that stand out, we did celebrate this year 4 different members of our senior class, 4 different individuals. One will be going to Harvard, one to Yale, one to Stanford, and one to West Point. And I think these are such selective institutions that I think that's something that we were certainly proud to know that we have graduates that are truly achieving at the highest level.
Well, I remember you last year at the graduation ceremony, and you talked a lot about how graduates of City High are still remain connected to the school. And you were proud of this, that really people who are at City High, they always feel they are at City High, even if they go to Harvard or go to Stanford, but they are relating.
Well, that's an excellent observation, Hani, and I really do believe that's part of the magic of our high school. Perhaps it's the beautiful building, the historic building and campus that we enjoy. It just has sort of that special look and feel to it, and it captures people's hearts. Maybe it's the great tradition that we enjoy going way back so many years, but there's no doubt that graduates at City High are part of a very special school family, and I think City High definitely holds a place in their hearts for years to come.
Well, let us get now to more details about the core curricular areas.
These would be our activities, and many that we'd like to highlight that we're proud of. One thing that was very exciting is in the co-curricular realm was we this year opened our brand new performing arts wing of the building. This was a $6.2 million project that the school district and the great support of our community helped us complete. We have brand new rehearsal spaces for band, orchestra, and vocal music. We have a scenery building shop now for drama. We have some new classrooms as well. And this has just been a tremendous asset to our performing arts programs, and we're thrilled with the way the addition came out. It's absolutely beautiful, and we're most appreciative to our community for being able to have this. The music programs are continuing to produce the excellence year in and year out that we expect from City High Music. Several highlights. Our orchestra program right now is getting ready to embark on its every other year trip to Europe, which will happen right at the end of the school year in June. We will have our orchestra will travel to Europe for a performing tour and get to spend almost 2 weeks there. And what a special opportunity for high school students to get to have an experience like that. We have great things from our band and choir program as well. In the area of band, we'll highlight our jazz band. Band this year was selected for a very prestigious honor. One jazz band, one high school jazz band in the state of Iowa is selected by audition to perform at a conference called the Iowa Band Masters Association Conference. And the City High Jazz Band this year was selected to perform. And this is a great honor and something they're very proud of, as they should be. And so this is wonderful. And in the area of choir, we have a new choir director this year at City High who's come home. His name is Jim Berry, and Jim, like me, was a graduate of City High School, and he was the choir director at Bettendorf High School. But he was a true little hawk.
He came back home,
and he and Dr. James Thompson lead our choir program, and they're doing some remarkable things as well. One area that stands out is the show choir program. Our varsity show choir is called Fourth Avenue Jazz Company, and Fourth Avenue Jazz Company won many awards during the show choir season this year, including a grand championship at a very prestigious show choir competition at Linn-Mar High School. So we're very proud of our music programs. And
I just want to say something.
Yes.
Just interrupt you, but yesterday I met a very dear student at City High. I know her, and I know her parents, and she's moving away from Iowa City, going to Philadelphia, where her parents are going to be doctors there.
Oh, sure.
So we met just accidentally at one of the grocery stores, and she was sad. That was so impressive because her dad is standing there, and she is telling me how much she feels about the school, and she's part of this choir show.
Oh, yes.
That's why when you brought it, it just resonates in my mind. I could see tears in her eyes, you know, when she was saying, "I'm going to leave."
Yeah.
But that was hard for her. I think still.
I'm sure wherever she goes, she'll be very successful because she's obviously the type of person that allows herself to get invested. And I think when you do get invested and work so hard and you give of yourself so much, it's not surprising that she has such deep feelings towards this. They work so hard in that activity. It's amazing. A couple more I wanted to highlight. Another one of our programs that is really thriving right now is journalism. Our student newspaper is called The Little Hawk, and there's also an online component to this. It's The Little Hawk Online. It is absolutely outstanding. Our advisor, Mr. Jonathan Rogers, and a talented group of students work together to create our newspaper. It is truly one of the finest in the United States. It's received many awards. Right now, we are celebrating the fact that we just learned that the online version of the newspaper was nominated, the only high school publication in the entire state of Iowa to be nominated for the National Pacemaker Award. There were, I believe, 26 nominated in the entire United States of America, and we were one of those. And what those students do in the journalism program is very, very remarkable. So.
As a matter of fact, many years ago, Jack Kennedy told me.
Yes, sir.
Told me that he's leaving, and I said, "What really hurts you the most when you leave?" And he said, "Leaving the Little Hawk. This is for me is so important."
Yeah.
But what I am sure of, that's what he said at the time. And that was more than 10, 15 years ago. And he said something like, this newspaper is going to continue to be a leader in this United States for many, many, many decades to come.
That's just
and it
powerful.
Was kind of prophecy.
Yes. It truly is. Jack Kennedy. I had the privilege of studying under Jack Kennedy when I was a student at City High School. He was truly a master teacher, the finest in his field, and he really did build. He with many other students,
paved the way for
this great tradition that exists in City High journalism. He was truly phenomenal. And our current advisor, Jonathan Rogers, studied under Jack Kennedy as well, and really somewhat of a protege of Jack Kennedy's, and has really taken the great tradition and expanded on it to go into a world that when I worked on the newspaper staff under Jack, we didn't have newspaper websites or Twitter that broke breaking news and things like that. And our journalism program is really on the cutting edge of high school journalism, so we're very proud of it as well.
Before we run out of time, I know that you like to talk about other people and give credit to everyone but yourself. But I have to tell you that for me, when your name is mentioned, I remember your call for diversity many, many years ago. And you initiated such a wonderful program at Lemmy School when you were principal there. And it was probably a pioneer program of real participation in all the not only promises of diversity, but the action. Put diversity away from being a sloganeering
Right.
term into a real action in the community. So can you address this I would like to know first about the spirit
Yes.
of high school, the high school spirit at City High.
Yep.
And then in particular with this diversity role that you lead.
Well, that's a great question. I truly believe that the diversity at City High School is part of the amazing strength of the high school. It's really at our heart. We are Iowa City. You know, we are a diverse college town. We have people from all walks of life here, and that's what makes Iowa City the best place to live. We have people with such neat backgrounds and experiences that come together, and that is City High. We are just like Iowa City. We have people from all different backgrounds and walks of life. Our diversity took a real boost this year because this year we were thrilled to welcome an ELL program. That stands for English Language Learner. And historically, that program had only been at West High at the secondary level, and now both schools have an ELL program. And we have over 70 students now as a part of our ELL program at City High in our first year. They come from all over the world, and some that speak hardly any English at all, but it has enriched our school even more because it's just such a joy to work with these students from all different backgrounds and watch some of the relationships that blossom and bloom. Our graduates that go on to these amazing institutions come back and routinely tell me that one of the most important experiences that they had at City High was the opportunity to build relationships with people from all different backgrounds. They feel that has strengthened them for the real world, because that is the real world with people from all over. And our students leave City High better prepared to build relationships and make friends with people from many different backgrounds, and it's a great part of City High. So very, very proud of the diversity that exists at City High, and I believe that it's a true strength of our school. I think somewhat connected to this is what I really believe is a culture of acceptance and compassion and tolerance that exists at City High School. I think this is a hallmark of our school, that our students do come together and accept each other for who they are, and we are truly a school family. An example of this would be our Best Buddies Club. Best Buddies is a club that is a partnership between general education students and students with special needs. And under the great leadership of educators like Tom Braverman and Brent Denise and others in our special education team, they have built this into a thriving club with over 100 active members. And every month they'll have kids from the quarterback of the football team to national merit finalists to students with very significant special needs that come together and do activities together, and it's a pretty beautiful thing to behold, and I think it transfers over into the school in so many ways where it just helps establish a culture of kindness towards each other that we're very proud of.
Well, as a matter of fact, you mentioned two of my friends, Denise and Braverman, and I agree with you 100% about their role. And what's really amazing about Braverman is he came from a background of, elite, rich people of the community that really their heart are with people that are struggling, and
right.
he puts all his effort with people to be like my parents. You are going to be like my parents,
Right.
like my family,
Right.
because he came from a family that struggled at the beginning, and they built an empire. So it's wonderful that he's using his own narrative as a background to help his kids.
Indeed, and just
Yeah.
an example of someone that is willing to go above and beyond. Yeah, it's an overused cliche, but that is truly
Yes.
the definition of above and beyond. He does not have to do something like Best Buddies. He has a big job during the school day from 8 o'clock until 4 o'clock, and he works so hard. But then what he has done with Best Buddies and the impact that's had on our school is just significant. So very grateful to them. In many ways, service is alive, the spirit of community service. And Best Buddies is one example, but there are others. First of all, at City High, students strive and they really buy into wanting to earn what we call the Silver Cord. And this was a great program started at City High by my predecessor, Mark Hansen, who helped bring this to the school. And students to this day really strive to earn their Silver Cord at graduation. And this is literally a Silver Cord honor that is worn with their cap and gown at graduation for students who record 400 or more hours of community service during their high school career. So they have a little account that they keep with our secretary, and they log hours of community service that they've done. And some really neat things happen. And other service organizations include our Interact Club, which is sort of like a junior Rotary Club. The Interact Club is very, very active. Community groups around Iowa City will contact our Interact Club if they need help, they need manpower, and our kids will go and volunteer and help. We just took a group of students, our Interact Club did, to a town in Mexico, and that is a high poverty area. And the students went and volunteered their time working with those that are less fortunate. They traveled there over spring vacation. Carrie Watson is our outstanding advisor for the Interact Club, and she led this trip.
She's a legend.
Another example of someone at City High that goes above and beyond to it's win-win. It creates opportunities for our students, and it helps make the world a better place at the same time.
And she participated in this program for
many
years.
Yes, she did, and she just led this trip to Mexico. Another example of service at our school that I'm very proud of is the way that I think it's somewhat symbolic, but significant. The way that our seniors end their high school experience on the last day of school for seniors. We started a tradition that we call our Senior Day of Service, and I think it is symbolic in the sense that the community has given our young men and women this outstanding education, and now on their last day of school, they turn around and give back to the community. What we do is we have partnered with 35 agencies in town, almost everything you can think of, and our students sign up in groups of 10 or so to go out to these organizations and volunteer their time. The day starts with a speaker who comes in and talks a little bit about the value of service in our community. We've had Mayor Matt Hayek, we've had Kirk Ferentz of the Hawkeyes. This year we have City Councilman Kingsley Botchaway who will be speaking to our students about the role of serving your community and giving back. And then again, our seniors, our graduating seniors go forth and they spend their day volunteering, and then they come back together for a special lunch together. And it's just a great way to celebrate the last day of school. So that's something we're proud of and we'll be looking forward to in the month of May.
When you talk about the spirit, as a matter of fact, I would like to give credit to the your pioneer kids who initiated this wonderful program to support people with various sexual orientation. And looking at the data and rate of suicide at young age, the gay community suffers the most, especially at this age group. And with the initiative that your kids took, straight kids as well as gay kids, they were supportive of the other kids. So they found a very healthy environment to talk and share ideas and get the support that they needed, and instead of being kicked out of the main activity.
Right.
And this is a very important role too.
That's very well said, Hani. And again, it's the GLOW Club that you're referring to. It's our Gay Straight Alliance. They do excellent work and just a very positive activity. Their advisors, Maureen Hill and Karen Haslett, two more people that
we
are
had
willing to
them
go
last
above
year
and beyond
in
for
our
kids.
program.
And it's just awesome. And the student leaders that really help make that club successful. It's very inspiring, and it is truly support is the right word. They are really there to support each other, and it's really a joy to watch those kids work.
It's delightful to have you, John Bacon, in our program here. Unfortunately, I have to wrap it up. You know, otherwise I'm going to be fired by John Karoff. So, but is there a last word you want to talk to the community about? You give credit to everybody, including Hanson and me and and Jack Kennedy and who else? You know?
I definitely, without question, feel very fortunate to be a part of City High School. It's a very, very special place. Could not be more proud of our students. And you know, when you have a job like mine, you get the opportunity to get to know so many people, and it's just it makes it pretty special to get to play a part in the lives of the young men and women that I know are going to go forth from City High and do some amazing things in our world. So something I enjoy very much, and I almost forgot to compliment you today. I see that you've worn your red tie and a red handkerchief. So, Hani, I think you're a natural Little Hawk, and I want to compliment you today. Well done, sir.
Well, I still have the pleasure every now and then to come and participate in your education role, sometimes as a sub, and that would be a wonderful day for me when I come and visit.
Thank you, sir.
And be welcomed by all my friends. John Bacon, thank you for your leadership, for everything you've done and everything you're doing and everything you will be doing.
Thank you.
And we wish you all the best. I know that you don't want to leave City High because backstage we were talking about the future, and you said that I would like to stay there as principal of City High.
That is exactly right. Yep.
But we congratulate you for the success. Wish you all the best. Now you see John Karoff came from the control room to say, wrap it up.
It is that time.
So if there is any final word to the community, you have, we have about half a minute.
Well, I guess we'll close the way that I would often close, which is at City High, we have lots of sayings. We have our motto, the school that leads, and we also say, it's great to be a City High Little Hawk.
Exactly. Thank you so
All right,
much.
thank you,
John.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This program is going to be on Channel 21, Channel 18, as well as YouTube.
All right.
So don't miss it. If you don't have cable, go to YouTube and just write John Bacon on Education Exchange, and you will find the wonderful interview that we had tonight.
Very good, sir. Thank you.